Aaron Rourke was left standing all alone when he got some unexpected company.
I'm gonna keep this real simple. The main man needs the main title.
You can see that numbers game continue to pile up on the Evolve champion Aaron Rourke as he's outnumbered until here comes Cappuccino Jones and a returning Sam Holloway and Marcus Mathers to help the Evolve champion. Despite all of that, Max Abrams still hits the main objective on Aaron Rourke. And as a result, it's Max Abrams versus Cappuccino Jones right here tonight on Evolve on Tubi.
Ooh, I am feeling it tonight. Evolve is on fire. Now look, we got Elijah Holyfield stepping in the ring for his debut. We got the Mog Squad mogging ID 1.0.
And we've got my ID 2.0 girlies taking it to Layla Diggs and Mason Holiday.
And also, how could we forget, you got your title match against Wendy Choo.
Right back where I should be, all thanks to you, Nikita.
Oh girl, you are so sweet. Honestly, I'm just happy we won that tag match despite Lainey costing me the pinfall, but whatever. It is your time to finally end Wendy's uninspiring title reign. And I'm gonna be in your corner to make sure that happens.
I know that's right, girl. Tonight, Wendy Choo will sink beneath me.
I'm a G like Ali, I'm in the alley while I'm in Cali. And I'm in my body, I don't sit quicker than whipping a rally. I leave a man red like carry, where am I Batman carry, you know? Ain't nobody to get know what it's for, no, key to key G, I'm a bro.
Another huge Wednesday night on Tubi, a major debut, and of course the Evolve Women's Championship on the line.
Hold on, Blake, it's time to do my dance.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by Layla Diggs from Atlanta, Georgia, Mason Holiday.
Getting the action started here in the Evolve Women's Division. Now, Peter, the last couple of times we've seen Layla Diggs and Mason Holiday, you've claimed you have added a touch to the dance. What's today's new move?
Well, first of all, I printed that shirt for Layla.
Really?
Yeah, I went down to handle that. Hold on, the intro's the best. Who's better than Mason and Layla? Who's got more swag in all of WWE than these two?
Are they going to point to you again?
Wait for it. Also, beyond the dancing, I've just been impressed with both these two. The consistency, they continue to work in the PC, and you see it pay off in the ring.
And her opponent from North Caldwell, New Jersey, Gianna Capri.
Well, here comes one of the top ID talents on the women's side, Gianna Capri. And of course, a couple of weeks ago, Peter, we did see Anya Rune and Layla Diggs in singles action. Gianna Capri was in the VIP section, and I don't think she liked what she saw.
Yeah, no, I don't think she did either, but I think a lot of people don't love what they've seen from Gianna Capri so far as well.
As take a look at the VIP section this week as you see Veronica Haven and Anya Rune, and it's like two different demeanors.
Yeah, two very different approaches, of course, but different styles as people as well.
As Mason Holiday set to go one-on-one here with Gianna Capri, and we talked about that matchup a couple of weeks ago between Rune and Diggs. Peter, how different is this matchup tonight?
You know, similar and different. Obviously, in terms of new talent, matching up with someone who's been here on Evolve, a similarity there. But style-wise, I mean, I got to tell you, I'm still trying to get a read on who Gianna Capri is.
Indeed, as Gianna Capri certainly has made her presence felt in various ways on Evolve, but has yet to really stack up the wins and move right on up the ladder in the Evolve Women's Division. And getting by Mason Holiday would certainly be a feather in her cap and turn the head of Foreman Thatcher.
Well, watch out, pinfall.
In the cover.
I was in Italy last week for Clash in Italy.
I know.
And I was asking many people if they knew Gianna Capri. Couldn't find anyone who was friends or family.
Really?
Yeah, I was just asking strangers on the street.
That's
holding up a picture saying, do you know Gianna Capri? didn't get an answer.
That's a very interesting sample, if you will.
I was trying to do the research, Blake. It's called doing the work.
You are an investigative journalist.
Thank you.
Mason Holiday looking to control the pace right here, and Mason Holiday and Layla Diggs over the last few weeks have really kind of established themselves in that veteran-like role on Wednesday nights.
Yeah, that's the thing I like about it. They've seen the opening by Kendall Gray, by Callie Armstrong, and they're taking advantage, becoming
Mason
leaders.
looking to take advantage right here, center of the ring. Only 2 there for Mason Holiday, and of course, we're very excited, Peter. 3 weeks from tonight, Succession 3 back on Tubi, 8 p.m. Cannot wait.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you're always going to get, as you see the VIPs looking on, you're always going to get multiple title opportunities on Succession, and just a great card every time.
Both the Evolve Championship and the Evolve Women's Championship look to be on the line right there. But as we saw with the VIP section with Veronica Haven and Anya Rune, do those two look up to Gianna Capri?
I can't get the sense if it's a looking up to. Is there a little bit of fear there? What is that relationship?
Capri does have more experience inside the ring. She's toured Japan throughout her career, and certainly would love to capitalize with a win here over Mason Holiday.
Yeah, but that doesn't give her, having more experience does not give you the right to torment and sort of berate.
Holiday from the outside in, sunset flip, only 2.
You know, berate the other talent in the locker room.
As Capri looks to take advantage off that big stump. A near fall right there, Capri going right back to it.
When you think about it, Gianna Capri is the exact opposite of Mason Holiday. Gianna Capri chose to attack Anya Rune, berate her after a loss, and, you know, Mason Holiday decided to step in and say, hey, chill out. That's not how we do things here on Evolve.
And of course, Gianna Capri trying to take advantage as an ID talent, which we know Sloane Jacobs, a fellow ID talent, looks to take full advantage later tonight as she challenges Wendy Chu for the Evolve Women's title.
That is a huge, huge mountain to climb for Sloane Jacobs.
And I know you're very much looking forward, Peter, the in-ring Evolve debut of Elijah Holyfield.
Are you kidding me? Ooh. This is going to be so cool. Elijah Holyfield, his father, one of the most decorated athletes and frankly in American history. The guy did it all.
Mason Holiday going for that head scissors again, but Gianna, scattered it that time and goes for the knee right after.
Smart move by Sauce there. Got to hand it to her.
And Capri going for the roll-up. Capri takes full advantage and steals the victory.
Oh, and she also had her armor on the bottom rope.
Here is your winner, Gianna Capri.
Well, that's certainly one way to make a statement, Peter.
Me!
Yeah, you call that a statement? She used the rope for leverage.
That job done! I got the job done! You connect, you tried! See? She's the one to be there! I won! I'm a winner! I represent the ID program, not her! Me!
Well, Veronica Haven likes what she sees. Anya Rune didn't like how it goes down. And as Capri looks to lead the women's ID program, let's hear from the leader of the Evolve Women's Division about tonight's defense.
Sloane Jacobs. Congrats. Kudos to you for making it back to WWE. I see that you put in the work. But ever since you've returned, you've taken sleazy shortcuts to get a title shot. Sleazy Sloane. Sounds fitting. But I get it. You have a chip on your shoulder. And the amount of times that I had to reset in my career, I can proudly call myself a champion. So if it's a fight that you want, you got it. And you could bring your kitty cat of a partner because I'm still walking out as Evolve Women's Champion. And you can chew on that.
Champ Chu looks ready to not just defend her title, but also put down Sloane Jacobs here tonight. Also tonight on Tubi, it's the Main Man Energy versus Caffeinated Energy as Cappuccino Jones looks to get some retaliation for his ID friends against the Mog Squad as Cappuccino Jones goes one-on-one with Max Abrams here tonight.
Yes, and coming up later tonight, the Evolve debut of Elijah Holyfield. I cannot wait.
Certainly cannot wait for that, but up next, Harley Riggins is looking to put a quick end to the rapid rise of newcomer Romeo Moreno. Romeo left his mark on Harley Riggins in the form of a boot print on his face. But will the result be the same tonight? We'll find out next on Evolve.
On July 18th, the world's most famous arena delivers the main event.
You know what time it is. You want a moment? This is always a moment. Everyone Everyone is buzzing about this spectacle.
It's Saturday night's main event at the Garden. The Night of Fanatics Fest NYC. Tickets on sale now.
It's Gal. Has been spending a lot of time here at the private It's Gal reflection pond. And I've realized, for far too long, It's Gal has been pulled into too many different directions here at Evolve. It's Gal has been confused, tricked, and stuck. But no more. From now on, the only rock in a hard place It's Gal is stuck in between is these two granite biceps. Friends are overrated, and this stud is ready to get back on the solo game train, and I'm ready to choo-choo this train through any and all competition. So I'm here to announce the first ever It's Gal mint condition open challenge. So dummies, step up and find out why when you're in mint condition, there is no competition. Oh yeah!
It's Gal coming to some epiphanies after some soul searching. Honestly, I could use a Peter Rosenberg reflection pool sometimes. I get this.
Well, it worked, I guess, but I'm not gonna lie, the color of that water was somewhat questionable.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
I'm gonna break him in half.
Introducing first, accompanied by Cam Hendricks. From Chardon, Ohio, weighing 232 pounds, Harley Riggins.
It's over. It's over before it even starts.
Well, you see the attitude there from Harley Riggins, and along with Cam Hendricks, Peter, these guys none too pleased with the events of the last couple of weeks.
Well, it was 2 weeks ago in our main event when Romeo Moreno would come out of nowhere to take out Riggins, giving Wilder the opportunity he needed to finally put down Cam Hendricks. At some point when things are going the wrong way, Blake, you gotta slow things down. How do we stop this thing and turn it around?
We'll see how slow Harley Riggins can go, as he's usually all gas, no brakes.
It's a point of phrase.
Oh, Primo, 2 against 1, that doesn't seem very fair. What's up with that?
Chewy, you know something? Sometimes, in the darkest times, the toughest situations, we create our best art. So, brother, let's show the world que sí se puede. Dale, papi.
Ándale.
And his opponent from Madrid, Spain, weighing in at 205 pounds, Romeo Moreno.
Well, it's an uphill battle for El Freestyler here tonight, but Peter, he certainly looks up to the challenge.
Hey.
You know, I've started to get it down pretty well over the last few
you're
years.
completely offbeat when you do it. And this is a very easy dance to do, Blake. That's the part that worries me.
See, I think I got the cadence down.
What are you gonna do when your wedding day comes if you can't even do the basic X dance?
See, I thought I had it down.
No, you don't. You don't. I gotta tell you, super excited to see Romeo Moreno in a spot like this because Harley Riggins presents a serious challenge for anybody.
As Harley Riggins, Romeo Moreno all set to go here. Bell sounds are underway. Referee Jeremy Marcus assigned to this contest. And Peter, we heard a little bit from Moreno right before this matchup, but ultimately, how dangerous is tonight's situation for Romeo?
Well, extremely. Even if it was a one-on-one with Harley Riggins with no threat of Cam Hendricks, I'd say it would be dangerous. But being as there's always a threat of Cam Hendricks, it's that much more dangerous for Romeo Moreno.
As Romeo Moreno's win-loss record has been a bit shaky ever since coming to Wednesday nights, but he's certainly shown a lot of promise. He's certainly been an incredible talent.
Better pull his ass off.
No, I've been very impressed with Romeo Moreno. He's just such an interesting athlete.
Very innovative style of offense.
Yeah, and the way he moves, there's just a smoothness. You would have thought he's been doing this forever, the way he moves around that ring. Look at the speed even hitting the ropes, right?
He calls himself an artist. The canvas is essentially the ring for him, indeed. As right now, Cam Hendricks getting involved and turns around as Romeo Moreno right into the big boot of Harley Riggins.
Well, if
Harley,
oh man,
what a whisper in the wind for the big man.
Yeah, hold on.
The cover, only 2.
These are very different styles, and maybe you'd say if Romeo Moreno's an artist, Harley Riggins is something different altogether, because there is a brutality to Harley Riggins. But make no mistake with what you just saw right there, like that whisper in the wind. Very, very sneaky athletic, too. He's not just a bruiser. Harley can do a lot more.
As Riggins continues to inflict punishment on Moreno. I think back to Tate Wilder's final message to Romeo Moreno before moving on to NXT. Every loss can become a lesson. Tate took his share of setbacks when he first arrived in Evolve, but used them as motivation. And right now, Romeo may need that lesson as the former Michigan State standout Harley Riggins is in control.
Exactly. Romeo must turn this pain into purpose because Riggins is trying to make sure he learns this lesson the hard way.
And Harley Riggins, Peter, since coming to Wednesday nights, has certainly been the ultimate trash talk.
He really has. But guess what? He backs it up with brute force in the ring. I think there's an incredibly high ceiling for Harley Riggins. If he stopped just hanging out with people like Cam Hendricks.
Well, you almost wonder, I mean, in this matchup, is he doing the bidding for Cam Hendricks or trying to get a job done on his own?
Well, I think those things have never been mutually exclusive for Harley Riggins. I feel like he's always, you see the nice enziguri there from Romeo.
What a counter there by Romeo Moreno.
I think Harley Riggins always is doing the bidding for Cam Hendricks while always trying to make a name for himself.
As Riggins down, Moreno down. Big opportunity on the horizon here for Romeo Moreno, not just to pick up a win, but to really move up the ladder on Wednesday nights.
And you can already feel from the energy here, the crowd is going to explode if Romeo Moreno scores a pin on Harley Riggins.
As Romeo goes up, and step up enziguri, but it connects with Showtime.
How about one for each?
And this time gets Riggins as well. And Romeo Moreno trying to overcome the numbers game here.
It's so rare that something good in the world happens. Wouldn't it be nice?
Where are we going here?
Where are we going? Romeo, what's the plan, Stan?
As Moreno looks like he's going for the Spanish fly, but Cam Hendricks holding onto the leg there, Harley Riggins.
Well, give credit to Cam Hendricks.
And Romeo leaps right into the choke slam. And gets caught with the knee underneath the chin. Moreno's down, and it's all Harley Riggins.
That is brutal.
Here is your winner, Harley Riggins.
Well, Romeo Moreno certainly tried to overcome the odds here, but once again, that numbers game, Peter, entirely too much to overcome.
I really thought Romeo Moreno was on his way to an incredible victory, and he really needed to score one. Painted a beautiful picture tonight, but in the end, not enough. Harley Riggins showing exactly why they call him.
Wait, hold on, Peter. Cam Hendricks is up to something right here.
See, this is the thing.
The match is over. Riggins picked up the win.
And you basically already knocked Romeo Moreno out cold.
Wait a minute. Come on, guys. This is enough.
Peter, this is payback, plain and simple. Romeo Moreno did the right thing when he stopped Harley Riggins from getting involved in Cam Hendricks' match against Tate Wilder, a match Cam went on to lose, and now Team PC is making Romeo pay for it.
This is ridiculous. You made your point. Why go this way?
The bullies of Evolve just put their stamp on another victim.
Listen, Victor, Speedo, what are you doing? Last week, Braxton Cole attacked Harlem Lewis's arm. And you guys ripped it out of its socket. He's not even medically cleared. You guys gotta be careful.
Yes, sir. We learned our lesson. Thank you for your guidance, boss.
Well, Vol's about learning lessons. I think it's been received. But I need you guys on point for this next one, especially this next match. Max Abrams versus Cappuccino Jones. Okay, the Malik Squad's gonna be lurking about. ID 1.0 is going to back up Cappuccino. Hey, pandemonium. I can't have that before my very first succession. Hey, I'm counting on you guys as security to not let this match get ruined, to let the fellas settle it in the ring.
Yes, sir.
Can I do that?
We got you, 100%.
All right. Good lads then. Thanks very much, huh?
Thank you.
All right. Well, with that sorted, I can move on to Succession 3 on June 24th. First thing I could say is there'll be a new acquisition to Evolve, a brand new debut. The other thing I could say is that after tonight's main event for the Evolve Women's Championship between Wendy Choo and Sloane Jacobs, they will defend at Succession against Nikita Lyons. Well, how about that, huh? Let's get to work then!
This summer, the world arrives. Guarantee your place at the FIFA World Cup when it comes to North America. Elevate every minute of match day and experience the very best of the beautiful game with a ticket-inclusive hospitality package. The countdown to kickoff is on.
Welcome back to Evolve. The Foreman delivered massive news before the break. Nikita Lyons has earned a championship opportunity at Succession 3.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Dallas, Texas, weighing in at 210 pounds, representing the Mod Squad, Max Abrams.
Last week, Max Abrams left the Evolve champion Aaron Rourke laid out with the main objective. And now he's carrying himself like a man who believes he already has the champ figured out.
I'm not feeling main man energy these days.
You know, the whole Mog Squad, it's been an entirely different presentation.
Please don't do it.
Max Abrams.
Christ, I hate it. Well, first of all, why is Max Abrams dressed like he's a Laker girl?
That's a good point.
But I will tell you, Jimmy Hart always says it was taught to him back in the day. If you dress like you're in the audience, you may end up in the audience. Max Abrams does not dress like he's in the audience.
And his opponent from Coffeyville, Kansas, weighing in at 180 pounds, Cappuccino Jones.
Well, that's certainly true wisdom from the mouth of the South right there, but Cappuccino Jones ready to lock in right now with the Evolve Universe. Raise your cup.
Have you ever been to Coffeyville?
I have not been to Coffeyville.
You've never been to Coffeyville, Kansas. Have you ever been to Latte Larry's?
I have been to Latte Larry's.
Delightful, right?
I'm a big Spike guy.
Yeah. I know you are. Good to see Cappuccino back in action.
Talk about somebody who's undergone the ups and the downs on Wednesday nights. I mean, Cappuccino Jones has certainly been through the ringer and now looking to come out better on the other side as you see Foreman Thatcher security officially established right there. Shido Ash on the left, Victor Zanoff on the right, and those two have certainly made a difference since their first appearance on Evolve.
So apparently Foreman Thatcher just sends them out there to keep an eye on things?
Have you not seen what the Mog Squad's done over the last few weeks?
I guess you're right, but...
Oh, well, regardless of who's out there, Max Abrams has managed to lure Cappuccino Jones right out and stop his offense back in the ring. And love it or hate it, it's a smart, savvy, veteran-like move by the main man.
Yeah, I still don't like it one bit. That much I know.
Over the past several weeks, things have certainly gotten a lot more personal between these ID talents, specifically the Mog Squad and the likes of Cappuccino Jones, Sam Holloway, and of course, look at the rest of big drop kick.
Oh, man.
Big connections. Marcus Mathers, indeed, throw him in there as well.
Great to see Marcus Mathers back as well.
Absolutely, as Cappuccino Jones looking to unload right here. Big elbow in the corner.
I will tell you what, Cappuccino Jones, in my opinion, one of the best athletes in all of Evolve.
Oh, and the main man connects with the Enziguri as Cappuccino Jones goes down. And Peter, we touched on it, but how much adversity has Cappuccino Jones faced here on
He's dealt with everything. You name it.
Oh!
He has always found himself in the toughest spot possible.
Only two. I don't know if he got all of them.
But that's what's always impressed me about Cappuccino Jones. No matter what's kind of put in front of him, he keeps responding to every challenge. He just keeps on pushing forward. Now, there's a lot of pressure, in my opinion, for Max Abrams to win this matchup. He's now head of the Mog Squad. He's got himself a little team around him.
And of course, as we heard very recently here on Evolve, here we go into the cover, hooks the outside leg. Last week specifically, Max Abrams talking about wanting the main championship.
And if you want to be the main man with the main man energy and the main championship, you got to beat someone like Cappuccino Jones, a guy who's competed and was within a whisker of becoming the Evolve champion himself.
He's certainly been very close to securing the gold and fulfilling his goals here on Wednesday nights. And if you're Cappuccino Jones right now, Peter, somewhere in the back of your mind, you have to be wondering about Santi Rivera, Jakari Ball, CJ Valor, the rest of the Mog Squad.
Yeah, absolutely. And how do you not think about those guys when they have made...
Cap out of the corner with the head scissors.
They have made their presence felt over and over again. So you'd have to be foolish to not be thinking about it.
As Jones... Oh!
That's gotta hurt.
Met with the drop kick by Max Abrams.
Oh, both men with the same idea.
Right there, that flipping blockbuster. Oh! And Cap able to hang on.
You know, it's unfortunate, as much as I like to take some shots at Max Abrams dancing, his music, the way he pulls his tights, his warm-up pants off, you cannot knock the guy in the ring.
Certainly an incredible physique. He's been in some of the best shape of anybody on the Evolve roster since stepping foot on Tubi.
He's solid, and there's a reason he was accepted at the Nightmare Factory and was a top pupil for Cody Rhodes.
Indeed. And you can hear the Evolve Universe right now rain down, and a lack of respect coming here from the main man. But maybe took too much time, misses the elbow.
Got way up there.
He's going for that Froggy Brew.
Yeah, he was trying to steal that Froggy Brew and did not pan out.
And the high elevation sends Abrams up and over, and Cappuccino Jones with the shotgun drop kick in the corner.
Cappuccino, man, a win over Max Abrams would go a long way.
And Cap starting to cook a bit here. The Evolve Universe getting right behind him. And Jones, he's up top, he's gonna fly! And that caffeine's starting to kick in here, Peter.
And Cappuccino Jones is a guy I see with an incredibly high ceiling. I could picture him on NXT, I could picture him anywhere in WWE. But you gotta score big wins. Beating the head of the Mod Squad would be a good first step.
Cappuccino Jones and Max Abrams certainly look like they can follow the path of stars, going from Wednesday to Tuesday nights into the sit-out powerbomb, into the cover. Only two. We always talk about Peter Evolve seeing stars at the ground level. Cappuccino Jones, how about his growth and development ever since day one here on Tubi?
It's been remarkable to see, you know? Just to see week in and week out. Oh, and I think Cap was looking to end things. Max had a different plan.
Nice counter!
Oh!
As these two going back and forth right here, Max Abrams stunned. Cappuccino Jones.
Here could be the opening for Cappuccino Jones.
With another big kick! And Abrams catches him with a knee. Back and forth we go here, Peter. Of course, still to come, we got a huge debut in Elijah Holyfield. But these two connect inside the center of the ring. Both Abrams is down, Cappuccino Jones is down. As security turning around and...
Oh, there you go.
Looks like they're gonna turn the Mod Squad away.
There you go, security doing their job.
Oh, there's Holloway and Mathers. And now security's getting intervened here. They don't want to see any physicality.
Well,
they're certainly getting physical there with Mathers.
Yeah, they just threw Mathers right down to the ground on his head.
And that's 285 pounds of Sam Holloway. These guys just ripping to the back.
I do not envy the job of having to remove Hardway Holloway. Good Lord.
The odds look to be even right now. He's back up on his feet. And Cap, he's looking up.
Froggy Brew? Could it be?
He's certainly looking for that Froggy Brew. And Abrams, where's he going?
Abrams to the outside. What's Cap thinking now, though?
And Jones flying through the air.
All the way down from the top.
And now Cappuccino Jones looking to capitalize. Sending Abrams back in. This is Cap's opportunity here, Peter.
He's going back up again.
Is he? Wait a minute. There's CJ Fowler, the X Factor of the Mod Squad.
Oh, and somehow the Mod Squad still finds a way.
Referee Vicky D'Erico didn't see it. And now Max Abrams setting him up with the main objective. And it's all Max Abrams.
Here is your winner, Max Abrams.
Well, by hook or by crook, Peter, the Mod Squad prevails.
Well, this one's been brewing for weeks, let's be honest. See what I did there? Brewing. Anyways, these guys, both young, both hungry, incredible talents, they held nothing back. And they went back and forth. An awesome matchup. And after a hard-fought back and forth, you have the chaos on the outside. Out of nowhere, CJ Fowler of the Mod Squad providing the assist, helping the main man steal the underhanded victory and put Cappuccino Jones on ice here tonight on Tubi.
That main objective is becoming a major problem. Max Abrams now put down the Evolve champion Aaron Rourke and Cappuccino Jones in consecutive weeks. And at some point, you have to start asking if the main man is closing in on the top of Evolve.
That's my dad's name, energy. the job done all by yourself.
Hey, PJ Vasa back. I'm here to watch the Women Evolve title match. And whoever wins that, they gonna come get their issue.
This August, from the home of the Minnesota Vikings, 2 epic nights of WWE SummerSlam.
Welcome, everyone, to the biggest event of the summer.
Are you ready? SummerSlam, Saturday, August 1st and Sunday, August 2nd.
Welcome back to Evolve.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Palo Alto, California, weighing in at 225 pounds, Kai Kavari.
Well, I know it's one of your favorite themes on Wednesday nights.
I gotta tell you, I don't know how I feel about Kai Kavari, but his theme is a certified West Coast bop.
It definitely got the West Coast vibes, and of course, he has a lot of West Coast flavor, competing at running back at Boise State and Oregon at the Division I level, and now looking to become the next breakout star on Wednesday nights.
Well, if he's not careful, the only thing broken is going to be his jaw.
And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 234 pounds, Elijah Holyfield.
Well, certainly looking like the real deal here tonight. The Evolve Universe erupts for the official in-ring debut of Elijah Holyfield.
How can you not be excited to see Elijah Holyfield?
Of course, introduced to the WWE Universe on LFG Seasons 1 and 2. Overcame a bit of a bicep injury, but now he's 100% healthy, and he's ready to roll.
And not only physically, but he brings the name to the table as well. Checks a lot of boxes, does this kid.
And Peter, oftentimes we talk about pressure in situations. It is his in-ring debut. There's a lot of fanfare behind him. How much pressure is on Elijah Holyfield to deliver here tonight?
Well, I think if your last name's Holyfield and you're a pro athlete, there are some expectations. I mean, your dad is a guy who debuts as a light heavyweight, becomes a cruiserweight, eventually beats Mike Tyson, and is heavyweight champion of the world.
Elijah Holyfield certainly brings an incredible pedigree of his own. A former running back at the University of Georgia. Wow, an offensive burst from the rookie. He had stops across several NFL franchises, but now it seems he has found his true calling right here inside the squared circle.
Well, that's what I'm so interested about, is just getting to see more of him and how he performs in the ring in actual competition.
And look at the explosiveness right here. Spine buster out of the corner.
Oh, man.
And Peter, it's pretty interesting. We're looking at 2 former Division I running backs right now, but built completely different. Wait for it, Peter. He's setting him up. Bam! Right underneath the chin. And Elijah Holyfield is the real deal.
Here is your winner, Elijah Holyfield.
What an incredible debut for Elijah Holyfield.
Wow, wow, wow. All right, looking back at this one, right here, the spine buster, all building to the crushing uppercut. Just like that. Welcome to Evolve. Elijah Holyfield.
Talk about making a huge statement in your first appearance Wednesday nights on Tubi. Holyfield certainly looks like the real deal, but Peter, I understand now, Mr. England has a few gripes.
Last week was an international tragedy. There I am, fingertips away from rightfully winning the Men's Evolve Championship from Aaron Rourke when he narrowly escapes with an uninspiring victory. And to make matters even worse, I didn't have a second to process this or act in retaliation, as the Mog Squad would immediately start their bid to be the next contenders. But I am not done with that championship. Aaron, that was not a convincing victory. Everybody knows that was not a convincing victory. And the Mog Squad, those imbeciles, are merely a snippet of the so-called contenders on the men's Evolve roster. People who for some reason think they have a right to hold championship gold when they couldn't even hold my jockstrap. Braxton Cole, a trust fund baby who is cruising through life at the expense of his father Harlem Lewis, who would look more suitable leading a gang of motorcyclists than the men's Evolve division. And finally, Chaz Starboy Hall. Now, Chazza, I think that nickname is brilliant for you, given your childlike stature. The point is, there is a difference between wannabe champions and men like me who are born with gold running through their veins, and in all honesty, I believe Evolve is crying out for somebody like me to grab the reins and lead it into the future. So Aaron Rourke, know this. You may have won this chapter, but the story is far, far from over. And it does not end until Mr. England, Tristan Angels, is standing over you and hoisting the newly won Men's Evolve Championship above his head.
Salty one is that Tristan Angels.
Well, that's sort of his brand, you know?
Certainly seems to be, as we're set for a huge main event right here, Peter. What a week it's been on Evolve. The debut of Elijah Holyfield.
Yeah, and he made an impression quickly. Holy smokes, that uppercut would certainly make the old man proud.
And of course, more bullying by Cam Hendricks and Harley Riggins, but right now, Sloane Jacobs back in the WWE here on Evolve, the ultimate opportunist, looking to take full advantage and win her first championship in the WWE here tonight.
Sloane Jacobs earned this opportunity last week in tag team action alongside Nikita Lyons. Big Cat Kita rocked Champ Chu with a devastating spin kick. But before Big Cat Kita could make the cover, Laney Luck cut her off, and Jacobs was in the right place at the right time to capitalize, secure the victory, and earn the championship opportunity. Sloane Jacobs, 23 years old. Very, very new. Of course, this is her second time around, made her way back to WWE, but Wendy Choo, an established veteran, earned her way to the top.
As Wendy Choo on her way out here, but she's certainly looking to make her second title defense right here tonight. As Champ Chu is here with all the confidence in the world. But the difference is Sloane Jacobs now appears to be sitting under the learning tree of one Nikita Lyons.
First of all, that's an interesting tree to be under, right? The fruit coming off of that tree, I'm not saying it's poison, but it may be a little...
It's certainly fruitful.
It's fruitful, and it might taste a little different, you know what I mean? Nikita is her own kind of cat. And also, I have some question marks based on the face Nikita made last week about how excited she is to see her prized pupil in this spot, Blake.
Well, Nikita certainly wanted that opportunity for herself, but maybe looking to reap the rewards of one Sloane Jacobs here in this championship battle. Challenger's in, champion is in. Now let's head to Mike Rome to set the table for this women's championship main event.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the Evolve Women's Championship. Introducing the challenger from Westchester, Pennsylvania, Sloane Jacobs. And her opponent from the city that never sleeps, she is the Evolve Women's Champion, Wendy Choo.
So here we go, huge main event.
It's go time, baby. Let's get into it.
Just 3 weeks from Succession 3. And Take a look in the VIP. Look who's back, PJ Vasa. And of course, Carmen Petrovic.
PJ Vasa. I've never seen her in such a relaxed state before. I guess she's not too worried about people recognizing her with her name right across the family.
And here we go, right off the bell, Wendy Choo bringing the fight right to Sloane Jacobs. And Peter, earlier it was confirmed the winner of this matchup will defend the Evolve Women's Championship. Here we go, quick cover there by Sloane Jacobs. Will defend the Evolve Women's Championship against Nikita Lyons at Succession 3 on June 24th.
I gotta tell you, Blake, that's exactly what I expected. You know what Succession's all about. The question remains, though, who will be the champ?
You have to wonder how much pressure does that add to this title matchup. Here we go into the cover up the drop kick. Only 2.
Sloane Jacobs was once in NXT. She was let go, and now she's back through WWE ID. And tonight, beating Wendy Choo would complete her redemption story.
Well, if you're Wendy Choo, finally winning championship gold. But on the other side, Sloane Jacobs has battled her way back for a second chance. And tonight, she has the opportunity to take everything she's worked for and turn it into the biggest victory of her career. As Wendy Choo in control right now, Sloane Jacobs trying to get back to her feet. But who's walking out as Evolve Women's Champion?
How does an event become an experience? This is how. This is why. This is WrestleMania. We know what it means to our country, but what could it mean to a kingdom? WrestleMania. For the first time ever, from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. A phenomenon so incredible, it would need to be experienced to be believed.
Back in action here on Evolve, huge main event, and Peter, it's for right there. The richest prize in the Evolve Women's Division, Wendy Choo, Sloane Jacobs, as these two have been back and forth over the last couple of minutes.
Absolutely, and one of the things that I love about matchups like this is just seeing what a young talent like Sloane Jacobs does. Win or loss, does she step up? As you see, PJ Vasa and Carmen Petrovic looking on. Hold on, a little bit of...
There we go, Jacobs pounding away on Wendy Choo, but it looked like a bit of an argument right there. Yeah. You have to wonder, those two probably feel like they should be the top contender.
And if I'm Carmen Petrovic, I'm not getting into an argument in VIP with PJ Vasa. Whatever she said, it's fine.
Typically, PJ Vasa, one you don't want to start an argument with, but Carmen Petrovic certainly could back up her own words. You see right there in the near side of our screen, Nikita Lyons even sharing some words with the VIP.
Yeah, everyone seems to want to come get their issue today. I never want to go get my issue.
And of course, we saw that on All Elite Eliminator several weeks ago. A lot of these stars in that matchup, and the issues might not be over.
So Sloane Jacobs so far in this matchup, holding her own.
Putting the work in, drops the leg, hooks the outside legs. And a near fall there for Sloane Jacobs. But Peter, either way, you have to tip your cap to Sloane Jacobs. Immense improvements in her game since returning to the WWE.
Well, yeah, and think about it. She had an opportunity. It went away. She actually went and tried out again. Tries out for the WWE again. Finds her way back to the Performance Center, and now here she is on Tubi on a Wednesday night with a championship opportunity. That's a lot of pressure.
Certainly no lack of humility in Sloane Jacobs, but what we've seen over the last few weeks, we certainly can call her that ultimate opportunist.
Now she's kind of in control of this matchup against the vet, our champ Wendy Choo.
Whether it's Laney Luck, whether it's Wendy Choo, and the twisting elevated suplex, Sloane Jacobs into the cover. Will we have a new champion?
Can you imagine?
And Sloane certainly thought that was enough, Peter.
Well, I'm here to inform Sloane, as much as she's learned as the Performance Center, you need a full 3 count to win the match.
As Sloane Jacobs continuing to try to wear down Champ Choo right here. As Wendy Choo trying to get back in this matchup. You see more of an argument here in the VIP.
By the way, maybe you guys shouldn't be hanging out.
And Peter, how about some more breaking news coming down right now? You're gonna love this one next week, the It's Gall Open Challenge.
Are you serious?
It's official.
That is something I can really look forward to.
And after what we saw earlier tonight, also official, Cappuccino Jones, Marcus Mathers, and Sam Holloway against the Mog Squad. It's 6-man tag team match.
What a lineup. And I'll tell you what, in spite of the fact that I scored a 0 on the Studometer, I'm still excited to see what It's Gall brings to the It's Gall Open Challenge.
And certainly wonder who's going to answer that Open Challenge. We knew this week's episode of Evolve was loaded. Next week looks to be even more impactful as Wendy Choo right now. That hammerlock clothesline.
And you know everything Wendy Choo is really just softening you up to get that dirt now. That's what she's looking for every time.
As Wendy looking to seal the deal. Oh.
Are you getting the sense that Nikita Lyons is rooting Sloan on or just sort of observing?
She's been quite passive there in the corner as there's a Molly go round, taking one out of the Evolve Champions playbook. Didn't connect with all of it, only 2 for Wendy.
Wendy Choo's second title defense, still chasing her first successful one after Sloan and Nikita ruined the last attempt.
Of course, in that first title defense, broken up by one Sloan Jacobs. As Sloan with a counter here in the cover. Nice reversal by Wendy, back and forth we go. Ooh. As the challenger studied the champion. There's the face buster. Cover Peter, center of the ring.
Well, and you know it didn't sit well with Wendy Choo that she has her first title defense and doesn't actually retain with a win. She wants to actually do it the right way. She took no satisfaction in that.
And it looks like Nikita Lyons not very satisfied with the offensive output right now, the challenger.
No, Big Cat Kita, she's getting into it with the VIP section, with the crowd.
Wendy slipping out the back door. As Sloan getting Wendy caught in the fishnets.
Yeah, this is one of the more interesting things Sloan Jacobs brings to the table.
As Jacobs, she might be starting to think about that siren song, Peter. If she can lock in that submission, I don't know if there's anywhere for Wendy Choo to go.
I'll tell you this, if she's going to the top, she needs to move faster than that because the champ ain't gonna let you take your sweet ass time, pardon the expression, to get to the top rope.
We're certainly getting into the deep waters of this matchup as Wendy Choo looking for that superplex.
All the way down.
And Wendy's gonna roll with her. Look at the perseverance of Champ Choo. Brainbuster, cover, Wendy Choo. Not quite yet. As Wendy's got to be feeling a level of frustration here, Peter.
Well, listen, she knows she is expected. She is a favorite going into this matchup with Sloan Jacobs. She is expected to take this title into Succession 3. She's looking for the dirt nap.
Is it hooked in? Jacobs trying to counter, trying to move any direction she can. Gets Choo in the corner. And Sloan creates the separation.
Uh-oh.
And she's got her in that backpack position.
Oh! Goodness gracious.
And drops Choo face first. Sloan Jacobs now firmly in the driver's seat.
Not getting the sense the Evolve Universe are huge fans of Sloan Jacobs.
And Jacobs right in front of Lyons. Drops the elbow. Nikita looks impressed. Cover, hooks the outside leg. 2 and 7-8. Somehow Wendy Choo presses out.
Well, this thing has already gotten more complicated than Wendy Choo would have liked.
As you have to wonder how much deeper in the playbook can Sloan Jacobs go. Siren song, she has it locked in.
Well, this is not where Wendy Choo wants to be.
Fingers interlocked underneath the chin, but Wendy's starting to slide towards that bottom rope. Nikita Lyons manipulating it.
Can't do that. Vicky D'Erico's right there. What are you doing, Keith? Uh-oh, watch out.
And Wendy, dirt nap from a seated position. Sloan rolls through. Near fall. And Wendy gets caught as Jacobs now tries the slingshot.
Oh, man.
That's going to stun Wendy.
Champ is in trouble here.
Into an electric chair position. As Wendy tried to counter. Slips out the back into the dirt nap. She has it locked in. Wendy Choo has Sloan Jacobs down. She's going to tap. And the champ perseveres.
Here is your winner, as a result of submission, and still the Evolve Women's Champion, Wendy Choo!
Talk about a battle, Peter, but at the end of the night, Wendy Choo perseveres and is still your Evolve Women's Champion.
What a huge opportunity for Sloan Jacobs so early in her Evolve career, and she held her own. Surprising the champion, showing why she's earned this moment, but in the end, Wendy Choo cashing in on that championship experience all the way, and now continues to sit atop the Evolve Women's Division with a successful title defense here on Wednesday night.
And Wendy Choo back to her feet right now.
As the challengers continue to stack up here for Wendy Choo. Oh, Nikita just swatted away her partner.
Wendy Choo turns around, and there it is. It is now official, June 24th at Evolve Succession 3. Wendy Choo defends her championship against Nikita Lyons, who now has the biggest opportunity of her career. Looks like another argument starting to break out here in the VIP lounge. Oh! Carmen Petrovic, PJ Vasa going back and forth. Officials trying to separate them. This one's starting to ramp up even more. Our Succession 3 title match is set, but we'll see this battle to be continued next week.